Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of the broadcast. We just wrapped up with our upper bracket matches, and now we're moving down to the... And I'm dying. Now we're moving down to the lower bracket instead. Here we go. We have the lower bracket matches. We have the elimination matches. We're going to be saying goodbye to some of these players. Aye. But it feels bad, man. But we are getting into our series. Into our next matchup here in the lower bracket, HonMonO versus Ziomek, TvP. Now, HonMonO, if you don't know him, he is the cheesiest Terran player in all of South Korea, especially in the Terran versus Protoss matchup. We'll see how Ziomek can keep up. I mean, we'll see if he's familiar with HonMonO first. True, that is going to be the first big step. Is he familiar, and can he shut down the aggression of HonMonO? As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the red Protoss player. We have the Polish Protoss. It is Ziomek. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is HonMonO. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do get into our best of 3. Oh, wait, are they open? Let me just double check. There we go. Wasn't working. Here we go. We are going to be stepping in. And so far, HonMonO does have his racks back at home. Now, just because it's not proxying doesn't mean he's not going to go for an all-in. There's some crazy builds that HonMonO has, like going for 3 or 4 gateways in the main base, committing into Mass Marine, into Polar Boys, into Mass Reaper. We have seen him go for variations of 2 base all-ins. We do not expect to see him get a 3rd TC. No shot. As he's opening up single gas. Single gas opener looks like a more economic start. You might not be so cold if you weren't casting while floating around in aerospace. True. Ah, no. Not like this. You remind me, I have to get around to watching... what's it called? Alien Earth? Alien Earth came out, like, last week, maybe? Gotta go to space, baby. Aye. No time to watch things. Feels bad, man. Oh, no. But yes, I'm trying to keep myself warm. Got my jacket on. Thank you. Up and out there, we have our setup. We have our initial setup here. We do have HonMonO going racks expand into his factory on the high ground. Let's go. Ziomek going for a standard opener as well. Again, everything's looking normal from HonMonO, but again, our eyes are on his follow-up. It's very common to see, say, a 2nd and 3rd racks. Speaking of, there's the 2nd racks. If we see a 3rd racks, this screams 2 base all-in. It would be a bit of an old school build. 3 racks before starport is very out of fashion nowadays. And there it is. Yep, 3 racks. So this is a 2 base all in. Basically, the goal here is to get into Mass Marine. I believe this is going to be a sim timing, if I'm not mistaken. And you pull the boys, and no starport. You can get a starport towards the tail end of this build and hit with medevacs, or you can hit pre-medevacs instead as we are building up those Marines, as we're building up that army. And it's going to be on Ziomek to scout. To confirm what's going on, to figure out what all-in is coming his way. There's a tech lab on the racks. Working towards stim. It's going to be a pretty hefty army with Mass Marine. And here comes that hallucination. Go hallucination towards the main. Ziomek, he will go in, he will scout, he will confirm, he will see everything. He does see all 3 racks. He sees no starport. He knows. For sure, he is aware of what's going on. Before that, we have Heli and Reaper going for the sentry. Oh, sentry does go down. Nice pick up. Now going for the mineral line. Boys are being pulled into Hellion fire. Oh, God. The probes are lining up. Do we get another volley? He wants it. 4. Gets 4 kills so far. Gets up to 5. Gets up to 7. 7 workers go down. A nice aggression here from HonMonO. Bearing in mind the Hellies don't really scale too well into a longer game as they go back in. Oh, good. They go back in, getting 10. 10 probe kills. Ziomek is expanding as well. Ooh, 2-gate blink? Oh, no. We're going 2-gate blink here from Ziomek. Meanwhile, HonMonO, he gets a 3rd CC. He's not all in. Okay. We're breaking new ground. we're breaking new ground. HonMonO, he does honestly really nice economic damage. I would say that if HonMonO were to commit with this stim timing, with this 2-base all in, and if he pulled the boys, he would kill Ziomek, by the way. Like, Ziomek, he's crippled economically, and he only has 2 gates, and he expanded before the Robo as well. Like, this is very greedy from Ziomek on Pylon of all maps. And HonMonO doesn't know. He doesn't know how greedy Ziomek is being. The one time where I'm like, no, yeah, an all-in would be amazing here from HonMonO, but he's not going for it. He's not going for it. Backing up. HonMonO macroing up when he doesn't need to. Let's go. And Ziomek is embracing a longer game as well. Here, HonMonO, he does move out. Again, he's just moving out to expand. Ziomek does confirm that HonMonO is getting a 3rd CC. And HonMonO scanning as well. It looks like HonMonO maybe assumed that there was no 3rd. Because remember, he never scouted. So, yeah, HonMonO was working with incomplete information. Ay. Now, whenever HonMonO does expand like this and does get a 3rd base, he usually goes for a mass marine tank. That's typically his go-to, but switching into Widowmine production, still going into his bio army, of course, but he's mixing in a couple of marauders. He's playing out what looks to be a standard game. Okay. Ziomek is moving out. Let's move out. Charge is done. He has no upgrades behind this. He's getting a 4th base, but the lack of forge is concerning to me. So 0-0 upgrades. We see HonMonO trying to fully wall up, protecting his tanks. Tank boys are solid. And tank boys are going off. We're running out of zealots. And without zealots, these tanks, they can just go to town. They can and they will. And mash repair on one of those tanks. Ooh, but it does still go down. Despite that, still a better trade for HonMonO as he can chase down Ziomek. GG gets called, and HonMonO takes game number 1. GG. Again, Ziomek, we spoke about how he had no upgrades behind this, he had no further tech. I didn't realize just how committed he was. It was all or nothing there for Ziomek. The fight went too poorly. HonMonO takes a lead. Does take a lead, and now we're getting to game number 2. We'll see if HonMonO can extend his lead and claim the series, or if Ziomek can bounce back and force the ace match. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of ley lines, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself. It is Ziomek. Down in the series and spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is HonMonO. Go. We are settling in. So far, so good. As once again, HonMonO, he does not proxy his racks across the map. Are we gonna play standard again? Are we just gonna like calm down? Okay. HonMonO, has he turned over a new leaf, or was that merely only just a blip, like for game one? Was that just the exception to the norm? God damn it. What am I looking at right now? What is that? What? Is she drinking water? What is happening? I don't know. Are there any weaves in the chat? Can they explain what's going on? I don't understand. I don't know who this is. Is this an anime waifu? Is this a VTuber, maybe? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I want to know. God damn it. Este HonMonO. SMH my head. So we go. Got racks into factory. So far, everything's looking normal. There's an economic opener here by HonMonO. Meanwhile, Ziomek opening up with his Spotlight Council, getting into Blink. He's winning by tricking players into thinking he's civilized. True, true. Trying to make them believe he's not an animal. I mean, hey, it worked. Kind of. HonMonO does expand. Setting up to have our robo here on 2 bases before expanding. HonMonO being a little bit greedy, not getting a bunker. We're not really losing too much, as a second Stalker has arrived. HonMonO just waiting for his Cyclone. Biding his time. Ziomek, he's going into 4-gate Blink. Okay, we're going into something much more aggressive here. Ziomek, 4-gate Blink Stalker. We'll see if he can punish HonMonO, as HonMonO will punish Ziomek, getting a Stalker, getting 1. Oh no! Getting a 2! Oh, barely can. And the recall wasn't quite worth it. Every Stalker does go down. Nice catch from HonMonO. Ziomek wasn't quite paying attention. And again, Ziomek, he's very committed. Now, this is not an all-in, but this is hyper-aggressive nonetheless from Ziomek, waiting for his War Prison to move out. Oh, Immortal. Wait, what? Immortal? Okay. I guess this is a 2-base all-in. Wait. Immortal's on the way. No War Prism, no Warp in either. Ziomek is supply blocked. Now is not the time. Brutal supply block here as HonMonO, he does move in. The pylons are just now finishing up. We need some Warp ins. There they come. It does Warp in, and with the help of the Warp in, Ziomek, he should be able to hold on, but he will lose 1, 2, 3 Stalkers. Oof. The Immortal does arrive, and Ziomek, he will hold. But did I speak too soon? I mean, the Immortal can hold his own. Yeah, the Immortal's fine. The Immortal's perfectly fine. Someone has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Blink is now done. A War Prism's on the way as well, and Ziomek, he's now soon to move out. But very shaky start, that's what I will say. Again, just really unfortunate supply blocks. You have 2 more pylons on the way. Thankfully, should not get supply. I mean, does get supply block once again. We gotta tighten up. Does move out. Does move out. HonMonO trying to move in. Does scan, does see an opening. HonMonO going for the dive. So the dive, likewise, so does Ziomek. Going into the main base, going for +1. So we're going for Stim, I meant to say. Stim is going to be denied, and the boys are being pulled into the massive amount of Stalkers. And there's nothing here. Yeah, the Vanilla Marines, they should not do enough. They cannot do enough. Tank is trying to move in. Ziomek, do we go for the dive? Oof. These tank boys are going off, and he just overwhelms. At the same time, I mean, Marines they are holding their own across the map, but the boys are being pulled as well. And there's the blink. Takes down the final tank. Across the map, we're running out of Marines. There's 1 Marine left, 0 Marines left. Ziomek defends and Ziomek attacks. Very messy game. Very messy. As both players do lose a lot of workers. That's going to be 40 SCV kills. HonMonO, he has nothing left. Again, the 4-gate blink does punish HonMonO. He was not set up, not at home, not defensively. As he never scouted the main, and GG gets called. Ziomek ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG, well played. We're going all the way to game number 3, and we'll see how this story ends as we're getting into that final game. And again, we've actually seen more aggression out of Ziomek than HonMonO this series. True. Seen a little more aggression out of Ziomek. At times working, at times not. We'll see who comes out on top. Spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss. We have Ziomek. Tying up the series and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is HonMonO. Repping Doro. Oh boy. Go. Cyclones are pretty nice. Cyclones, they have their place in the early game, but they do fall off. They do fall out of favor coming into a longer game state. If I didn't emphasize it, winding it back, remember Ziomek, he went 4-gate blink, which is a hyper aggressive build, and HonMonO didn't scout the build. He wasn't fully aware of how aggressive Ziomek was. Otherwise, if he was, we'd see a bunker in the main. We'd see a setup here, a bunker in the natural and a bunker in the main base, a tank line as well, 1 tank for each base, pre-sieged and ready to receive. But HonMonO, he was in the midst of moving out. He was dropping across the map. He was at his natural as well. HonMonO was out of position. HonMonO, he had a bit of a misread, or he just didn't scout that Ziomek was being much more aggressive than he otherwise assumed. So HonMonO caught with his pants down. The pants were down. And we'll see what we get into here as we do for the first time. Double gas open out of HonMonO, going for a faster factory. Going for a much more tech-heavy start. HonMonO should be expanding here after, but if he goes for a starport, which we have seen before, he might just commit into a war base all-in. But he should be expanding. Here we go. As 1-1-1, one base only. Again, the reason why we brought it up, it's a rare sight, but not from HonMonO. So we're going back to our roots. Back, we're doing what we do best. We're aping it up. 1-1-1 out of HonMonO. No expansion whatsoever. Let's go. With this, we have our marine production. We're going for the early tank into early medevac, I would imagine, as well. And we can pull the boys with us. We can pull the boys to repair, to buffer the tank. HonMonO is going to commit, and whether or not it works, I mean, we'll see if Ziomek can scout what's going on. Here comes the sentry. Crucial here. Sentry comes out into the NG overcharge, into the hallucination. We need a scout. We need to figure out that a one base all-in is coming. There it is. There's a hallucination. Meanwhile, HonMonO, will he intercept? Marines, they'll miss it. Yeah, the Marines will barely miss this. Marines are spotted. Boys, tanks, SCVs, he knows. Yeah, Ziomek, he's seen enough. Shield batteries are on the way, SimCity as well. Confirms the 1-1-1. But ideally, he also wants to engage ahead of time as well. He wants to be picking away at this army. Now it's too late. Now it is too late. HonMonO is moving in. The tank is within range of the shield battery. Going for the gateway. As reinforcements have arrived, getting a second tank. Yep, there we go. Now he does retarget the shield battery. The other tank is within range of the pylon. Boys are being pulled, but we cannot push into two tanks like this. The boys are being pulled. Tanks, they do focus on the stalkers. Nice retargeting. One tank goes down. It's one tank. But just the one. As that was 11 probe kills. We have a Liberator on the way. We have a Cyclone as well. The tank is moving in. And this position is being broken. So the pylon takes down the battery. Second pylon's within range, does go down. Everything's depowered. Referring to this one shield battery that's on the way. And HonMonO is moving in. He's edging ever closer. He's being really careful with that tank. He's keeping it further back. The last is just going for the Nexus. And I'm not so sure that Ziomek can save this. He's going to try. He's going for it. Does hallucinate. Gets on top of the bunker. Oh god, we just kite through the liberation zone. There's just too much freedom, and HonMonO, he's done it. GG, as he takes out every single stalker. GG gets called, and HonMonO, he will overwhelm. He will take the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, Ziomek, unfortunately, he did scout the all-in coming his way. He did not engage ahead of time. He did not slow down the push. He did not slow down the all-in. Ideally, you want to be picking away at the Marines, at the SCVs as well, as it moves out across the map to delay, to deter, to give yourself as much time as possible to get some warp-ins going, to get into your own robo, to get into a mortar production, to get your shield batteries up, to get everything going. Alas, he wasn't quite able to. The army was able to siege up within range of the pylon and the shield battery quite quickly, quite easily. And again, Ziomek, he wasn't quite able to engage ahead of time, wasn't able to collapse in early enough. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations, HonMonO. He does advance on into the next round. My condolences to Ziomek, as Ziomek, he is knocked out of the tournament. He is out of the tournament. He is out of the OSC Elite Rising Star. My condolences, but we still have plenty more games ahead of us, and I'm sure we'll see more of Ziomek in the future as well. I'm sure we'll see more of him. As we're getting into our next game, we're going to be getting into UD Soldier versus Hatsu. Oh boy.